Hello my friends, Dr. Mandell here. I want to share something very important with you today. Poor circulation in the legs and feet is one of the most common problems as we age. Many of you may be feeling cold feet, tingling, heaviness, cramps, or even swelling at night. This is your body's way of saying, hey, I need more blood flow, I need more oxygen, I need more movement. Now here's the truth, your heart is pumping blood 24/7, but as we get older, those tiny vessels in the legs don't open up as efficiently. If you're sitting or lying down too long, blood starts to pool. That's why you feel that heaviness. But here's the good news, you don't need expensive equipment and you don't need to join a gym. You can do these simple bed exercises right before you go to sleep or even when you first wake up in the morning to supercharge circulation in your legs and feet. As we get older, my friends, one of the most common problems that many of us face is poor circulation in our legs and feet. And I want you to understand this clearly. Circulation is life. The blood moving through your body is carrying oxygen, nutrients, and healing power to every single cell, tissue, and organ. If the circulation slows down or if it becomes compromised in any way, the cells in that area begin to starve. They don't get the oxygen they need, they don't get the nutrition they need, and as a result, you start feeling pain, discomfort, weakness, and fatigue. Now think about this. How many of you have noticed your feet feeling cold, even when the room temperature is warm? Or maybe you've had a tingling sensation in your toes or heaviness in your legs after sitting for a long period of time. Some of you may have swelling around your ankles at the end of the day. Others may wake up at night with painful cramps that force you out of bed. These are not just random little annoyances. These are your body's way of saying, hey, I need more blood flow down here. Circulation problems in the lower extremities are extremely common as we age, and there are very specific reasons for this. First, the vessels in our legs, the arteries and the veins begin to lose their elasticity. That means they don't expand and contract as efficiently as they used to when we were younger. Imagine a brand new garden hose that's flexible, strong, and allows water to flow easily. Now think about an old hose that's been left out in the sun for years. It becomes stiff, brittle, and doesn't allow water to pass through like it used to. That's exactly what happens to our blood vessels with age if we don't take care of them. Another reason is that many of us simply don't move enough. We sit for long hours at work, in front of the TV, in the car, and we don't give our legs the chance to pump that blood back up to the heart. Remember, the calf muscles are known as the second heart. Every time you flex and contract those muscles, you are literally pushing blood out of your legs and back towards your upper body. But if you're not moving, if those muscles aren't working, blood begins to pool in the lower legs. That's why you see swelling. That's why you feel heaviness. And that's why circulation problems worsen with a sedentary lifestyle. On top of that, certain health conditions play a big role. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol can all damage the blood vessels, making circulation weaker. Smoking, poor diet, and dehydration make it even worse. This is why so many seniors find themselves struggling with circulation issues. It's not just one thing. It's a combination of age, lifestyle, and health challenges that come together to slow down the flow of blood. But here's something I really want you to think about. Poor circulation in the legs is not just about cold feet or swelling, it's a warning sign. When your lower extremities aren't getting the blood supply they need, it could also mean that other parts of your body aren't receiving proper circulation either. Your heart, your brain, your kidneys, they all depend on strong circulation. So by improving circulation in your legs and feet, you're not just helping those areas, you're helping your entire body. Let's look at what happens when circulation slows. Without enough oxygen reaching the tissues, your muscles fatigue faster and you feel weaker when you walk. That heaviness you feel after just a short distance is your muscles crying out for more oxygen. Without proper blood flow, waste products like lactic acid build up in the tissues, creating pain and cramps. Without enough circulation, the nerves in your feet become irritated, leading to tingling, burning, or numbness. And when swelling takes place around the ankles, it can make your joints stiff, making it even harder to move. I want you to realize something. Circulation is not just a passive process. It doesn't just happen on its own. Yes, your heart is constantly pumping, but your muscles and blood vessels are active participants in this system. That means you have more control than you think. The choices you make every day, the movements you do, the food you eat, even your hydration level, all of this directly affects the health of your circulation. Think about this, my friends. When you drink plenty of water, your blood becomes thinner and flows more easily. When you eat foods rich in antioxidants like berries, green leafy vegetables, and nuts, you're protecting your blood vessels from damage. When you walk, stretch, or do simple leg movements in bed, you're actively pumping circulation back into your legs and feet. These are simple, natural ways you can restore life to those areas. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to wait months to see results. Many people notice improvements within just a few days of making small changes. That tingling sensation may lessen, the coldness may improve, and your legs may feel lighter and stronger. Why? Because the body has an incredible ability to heal itself when you give it the right tools. So if you've been experiencing poor circulation, don't ignore it. Don't just say, oh, this is part of aging. Yes, it is common with age, but it doesn't have to be your reality. You can take steps right now from the comfort of your own home to increase blood flow to your legs and feet. Whether it's doing simple ankle pumps in bed, elevating your legs to reduce swelling, or staying more active throughout the day, every little bit adds up. Remember this, my friends, circulation is life. If you improve circulation, you improve healing. If you improve circulation, you reduce pain. If you improve circulation, you add vitality to your years. And that's the goal, not just to live longer, but to live stronger, healthier, and with the energy you deserve. The beautiful thing about the human body, my friends, is that it responds to movement. It was designed to move. It was designed to stretch. It was designed to pump. And the moment we stop moving, the moment we slow down, that's when problems begin to creep in. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself every single day is movement. But here's the best part. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't require a gym membership, and you don't need expensive equipment. You can do it right in the comfort of your bed, in your pajamas, before you even start your day, or right before you go to sleep. Think about it. When you're lying in bed at night, what are your legs doing? They're resting. Blood flow naturally slows down, and if you already have weak circulation, it slows down even more. This is why many people wake up with stiffness, heaviness, or swelling in their legs. Now imagine if before you drift off to sleep, you did just 5 minutes of gentle bed exercises. You're not only relaxing your muscles, you're activating blood flow, you're keeping those vessels open, and you're preventing that nighttime stagnation. It's like giving your body a head start before the long hours of rest. Bed exercises are one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to naturally improve circulation. Why? Because they're easy, they're safe, and they don't require you to put extra strain on your joints. So many people say, Doc, I would exercise more, but my knees hurt, my hips hurt, my back hurts. And I understand that. When you're dealing with pain or stiffness, the last thing you want to do is force yourself into intense workouts. But when you're lying down, the pressure on your joints is gone. Gravity isn't compressing your spine, your hips, your knees. You're weightless. This makes bed exercises accessible to everyone, no matter your age, no matter your condition. Now let's get practical here. Simple movements like pointing and flexing your toes, rotating your ankles, tightening your thigh muscles, or sliding your heels back and forth. These don't look like much on the outside. They're small, controlled, gentle, but inside your body they are doing something incredible. Every time you flex your calves or squeeze your thighs, you're pushing blood back toward your heart. Every time you rotate your ankles, you're opening up the tiny vessels that feed your feet. Every toe spread, every little motion is like turning on switches that light up your circulation system. Now remember this, circulation is not just about blood moving, it's about oxygen delivery, it's about nutrients reaching your cells, it's about waste products being carried away. Without movement, that process slows down and your tissues begin to suffocate. With movement, even the smallest of movements, you reignite the engine. It's like turning the key in your car and hearing it roar back to life. I can't tell you how many people have told me, Doc, I started doing these little bed exercises every night and I can't believe the difference. My legs feel lighter, my feet aren't as cold, and I'm sleeping better because I'm not waking up with cramps. And this makes sense because circulation is directly tied to comfort. When your tissues are nourished, when oxygen is flowing, when waste is being flushed out, pain goes down, stiffness eases, and relaxation comes naturally. Another wonderful thing about these exercises is that they don't just help your legs, they help your heart. Think about it. Your heart is constantly pumping blood downward, fighting gravity to get it into your legs and feet, but it needs help to get that blood back up. That's where your calf muscles, your thigh muscles, and even the tiny muscles in your feet come into play. They act like pumps, squeezing and releasing, pushing blood back toward your upper body. The more you activate these muscles, the less work your heart has to do. So by doing bed exercises, you're not only improving circulation in your legs, you're reducing strain on your heart. And let me make this clear. You don't need to spend hours. 5 to 10 minutes is enough to make a noticeable difference. You can do it before you get out of bed in the morning to prepare your legs for the day ahead, or at night to keep the blood moving while you sleep. The consistency is what matters. Just like brushing your teeth, just like washing your face, this becomes a daily habit that pays off enormously in your health. Many people underestimate how powerful small, simple changes can be. They think, if I'm not sweating, if I'm not lifting heavy weights, it doesn't count. That's not true at all. For circulation, it's not about intensity, it's about movement, gentle, rhythmic, consistent movement. That's what your vessels respond to, that's what your muscles respond to, and that's what your heart appreciates. So the next time you're lying in bed, instead of scrolling through your phone or worrying about tomorrow, take 5 minutes for yourself. Do those ankle pumps, those circles, those squeezes. Spread your toes, flex your calves, slide your heels. It may not look glamorous, but what you're doing on the inside is life-changing. You're boosting circulation, you're strengthening your muscles, you're protecting yourself from blood clots, and you're giving your legs and feet exactly what they need to stay healthy. I want you to remember this. Motion is medicine. Every time you move, you're healing. Every time you move, you're preventing disease. Every time you move, you're telling your body, I care about you. I want you strong. I want you healthy. And the body listens. The body rewards you. So no excuses, my friends. You don't need a treadmill. You don't need weights. You don't need to leave your home. Your bed can become your gym, your therapy room, your healing space. And the more consistent you are with these simple exercises, the more you will notice positive changes in your circulation, your comfort, your energy, and your overall quality of life. Your body was designed to heal, and movement is the key that unlocks that healing. Take advantage of it. Start tonight. Your legs and feet will thank you, and so will your heart. My friends, I want to share something with you that can truly change your life, something most people overlook, but is so powerful, the importance of your ankles, your feet, and especially your calf muscles. You may not realize this, but your calves are often called the second heart of your body, and there's a good reason for that. Every time you move your ankles, every time you flex your calves, those muscles are squeezing your veins like pumps, pushing blood back up toward your heart. Without this mechanism, circulation in your lower body slows down, and that's when problems begin. Now think about this. Your heart is an amazing organ. It pumps blood downward with gravity into your legs and feet. But once that blood is down there, it has to travel all the way back up against gravity. That's a tough job, especially as we age and our vessels become less elastic. This is where your calf muscles step in. When you move your ankles and flex your calves, it's like you've hired extra pumps to help your heart. They push, they squeeze, and they keep that blood moving. Without them, blood can start to pool in the lower legs, leading to swelling, heaviness, cramps, and even dangerous clots. This is why ankle and foot exercises are absolutely essential, not just for circulation, but for your overall health and vitality. You don't need to run a marathon or jump on a treadmill for an hour. You can sit in a chair or even lie in your bed and activate your calves through simple ankle and foot movements. And the results can be remarkable. Let me give you some examples. One of the simplest yet most effective movements is the ankle pump. Imagine pressing down on a gas pedal, then pulling your toes back toward your nose. Each time you do this, your calf muscle contracts and relaxes. That action squeezes the veins, pumping blood upward. It's such a small movement, but inside your body it's like turning on a pump that brings life back to your legs. If you do 20, 30, even 40 of these while lying in bed or sitting on the couch, you'll immediately start to feel the difference. Warmth in your feet, a sense of lightness in your legs. That's circulation coming alive. Another powerful exercise is the ankle circle. Rotate your ankles slowly in one direction, then the other. This not only engages your calves, but also mobilizes your ankle joints, which are often stiff from years of sitting or inactivity. When the joints move, the surrounding blood vessels open up and circulation improves even further. And when you alternate directions, you're stimulating different fibers of the muscles and ligaments, giving your legs a complete workout without ever standing up. Now let's talk about the feet themselves. Your feet are full of tiny muscles that most of us never exercise. They're usually trapped in shoes all day, stiff and inactive. But when you spread your toes apart, when you curl them, when you consciously move them, you're activating those small muscles and stimulating blood flow in areas that often get neglected. People who suffer from cold toes or tingling in their feet can benefit tremendously from these tiny but powerful movements. The key here, my friends, is consistency. These exercises are not something you do once and expect a miracle. Just like brushing your teeth, just like eating healthy meals, this needs to become a daily practice. The more you use your calves, the more you move your ankles, the stronger those second hearts become, and the stronger they become, the more efficient they are at keeping your circulation healthy. Let me explain why this is so important as we age. Many seniors develop conditions like chronic venous insufficiency, where the veins in the legs struggle to send blood back up to the heart. This leads to swelling, varicose veins, heaviness, and discomfort. Medications may help, compression stockings can help, but nothing is more natural, more direct, and more effective than engaging the calf muscles themselves. It's the way the body was designed. The body is built with a natural pumping system, and it's up to us to use it. And don't underestimate the power of these small movements. They can even protect you from serious conditions. Blood clots, for example, often form when circulation slows down in the legs, especially after long periods of sitting or lying down. This is why people are told to move their ankles and calves during long airplane flights. By keeping the calves active, you're dramatically reducing the risk of dangerous clots forming. That's how important this is. I've had so many people come to me and say, "Doc, I didn't think something so simple could make such a big difference, but since I started doing ankle pumps and circles every night, my legs feel lighter, my swelling has gone down, and my cramps are almost gone." This doesn't surprise me at all because the body responds immediately to movement. The moment you activate those calf muscles, circulation improves, and circulation, as I've said before, is life. Here's something else to think about. Improved circulation in the calves, in feet, doesn't just help your legs, it helps your entire body. When blood flows more efficiently upward, your heart doesn't have to work as hard. When blood moves freely, your brain gets more oxygen. Your kidneys filter waste more effectively. Your skin looks healthier. Your energy increases. It all starts from the bottom up. Healthy feet and calves are the foundation of a healthy body. So my friends, don't neglect your calves, don't ignore your ankles and feet. They may seem small compared to your heart or your lungs, but they are absolutely essential to your overall well-being. Think of them as your partners in health. Each time you move them, each time you activate them, you're helping your entire body function better. Take 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Do those pumps, do those circles, spread those toes. It costs nothing, it requires no equipment, and yet it can give you everything: better circulation, less pain, more energy, and greater health. Remember, the body was designed to heal. It was designed to move. The calves are your second heart, and when you take care of them, they will take care of you. Stay consistent, stay positive, and watch how your legs, your feet, and your entire body transform. I want to talk to you about something so simple yet so powerful, something that most people overlook when it comes to their health, the large muscles of your legs, your thighs, your hamstrings, your quadriceps, and even the glutes. These are some of the biggest and strongest muscles in your body, and they play a tremendous role in your circulation, your energy, and your overall health. When you activate these muscles, when you engage them, you're not only keeping them strong, but you are also giving your heart a tremendous boost. You're helping your blood flow, you're preventing blood from pooling in your lower extremities, and you're fueling your body with oxygen. Now think about this. Your heart pumps blood all day long. It pushes blood down into your legs and feet. But as I've said before, that blood has to come back up against gravity, and your heart can't do all the work alone. This is where your leg muscles come in. Every time your thigh muscles contract, every time your hamstrings or quads engage, they squeeze the veins in your legs, pushing blood upward toward your heart. This is not a small contribution. This is a vital part of circulation. Without the help of your large leg muscles, blood starts to sit in the lower legs. That's when you feel swelling, heaviness, fatigue, and pain. One of the most important things you can do for your circulation is to simply activate these muscles. You don't need heavy weights. You don't need to go to a gym. You can be lying in your bed or sitting in a chair, and just by tightening and releasing your thigh muscles, you are stimulating circulation. Think about that for a moment. Something as simple as squeezing your quads, holding for 5 seconds, and then releasing repeated several times can literally push blood upward and refresh your circulation. This is what makes exercises like heel slides so powerful. When you slide your heel toward your buttocks, you're bending your knee, engaging your hamstrings, stretching your quads, and moving the large joints of your leg. That one simple movement sets off a chain reaction. The muscles contract, the veins are squeezed, blood is pushed upward, oxygen is delivered, and waste is carried away. When you alternate legs and repeat this, your entire lower body becomes a pumping machine, helping your heart do its job. And the beauty of it, my friends, is that it doesn't take long. 5 to 10 minutes of these movements consistently can make a tremendous difference. You'll notice less swelling around your ankles, less heaviness in your thighs, more energy in your walks, and even fewer nighttime cramps. Why? Because you've turned your muscles into active pumps instead of letting them sit idle. Let's take a moment to understand why blood pooling happens in the first place. When you're sitting or lying down for long periods, gravity pulls blood downward into the lower parts of your body. Your veins have valves to prevent that blood from flowing backward, but with age, those valves often weaken. If the muscles aren't contracting and pushing blood upward, that blood sits there. This leads to swollen ankles, varicose veins, and that uncomfortable, heavy feeling many of you know all too well. Over time, if this continues, the tissues don't get enough oxygen, and that can lead to more serious problems. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept this as part of aging. You have more control than you realize. By engaging your leg muscles daily, even in small ways, you are actively preventing pooling. You are keeping those veins strong, supporting those valves, and ensuring that circulation continues to move. This is one of the simplest, most natural ways to fight back against the effects of time. I want you to imagine your muscles as sponges. When you contract them, it's like squeezing a sponge full of water. Everything inside is pushed out. When you relax, the sponge fills again. Your muscles work the same way with blood. Each contraction squeezes the veins, sending blood upward. Each relaxation allows fresh blood to fill in. This constant rhythm of squeeze and release is what keeps circulation alive and healthy. Without it, everything stagnates. And let's not forget the added benefit, muscle strength. By activating your thighs, quads, and hamstrings regularly, you're not only improving circulation, but you are also keeping those muscles strong and functional. Strong leg muscles mean better balance, better mobility, and less risk of falls. So you're not just helping your circulation, you're protecting your independence, your freedom, and your quality of life. I've seen so many people who thought they were too old, too weak, or too tired to exercise, but once they started doing simple bed movements, once they began squeezing their thighs and sliding their heels, they noticed a difference. Their swelling improved, their energy increased, and their walking became easier. And that's when the motivation really kicked in. Because when you start to feel better, you want to keep going. So I say to you, don't underestimate these simple movements. Don't think, oh, it's too small to matter. The truth is, it matters more than you can imagine. Your leg muscles are some of the most powerful tools you have for maintaining circulation and protecting your health. You don't need fancy machines. You don't need long workouts. You just need consistency. Every squeeze, every slide, every contraction is a gift to your body. You're giving your heart a break, you're nourishing your tissues, you're preventing pooling, you're keeping your legs strong and your circulation healthy. And the best part is, anyone can do this. Young, old, strong, weak, it doesn't matter. If you can move your legs, you can activate your muscles and you can improve your circulation. Remember this, my friends, motion is life. The more you move, the more alive your body feels. Don't let your muscles sit idle. Use them, engage them, activate them. Even if it's just a few minutes each day, those minutes add up and they can make the difference between discomfort and comfort, between weakness and strength, between stagnation and vitality. Take care of your legs, engage those muscles, and they will reward you with better health, better circulation, and a better life. My friends, I want to finish with something very powerful, something that can truly transform your health and your quality of life, and that is the power of consistency. We've talked about circulation, we've talked about exercises, we've talked about muscles and movement, but none of it matters unless you make it a regular part of your life. Doing something once in a while is good, but doing something every single day is where the magic happens. Consistency is what reduces risks. Consistency is what keeps your body strong. Consistency is what prevents those painful cramps, swelling in the ankles, restless legs, and even dangerous blood clots. I want you to think about this. Your body is working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your heart never takes a break. Your lungs never stop breathing. Your blood is always moving. So if your body is working for you every second of your life, don't you think it deserves a few minutes every day of care and attention in return? When you show up for your body consistently, your body shows up for you. It rewards you with more energy, more comfort, and more vitality. Now let's look at cramps for a moment. The nighttime leg cramps are one of the most common complaints among seniors. You're lying in bed peacefully and suddenly your calf locks up like a rock. The pain is so intense it jolts you awake. You jump out of bed trying to stretch it out, and by the time it passes, your sleep has been ruined. Why does this happen? One of the biggest reasons is poor circulation. The muscles are not getting enough oxygen. Waste products are building up, and the result is a painful spasm. But here's the key. When you do simple leg and foot exercises consistently, you're nourishing those muscles with fresh oxygenated blood every single day. That reduces the buildup of waste products, keeps the tissues healthy, and dramatically lowers the chances of nighttime cramps. Now let's talk about swelling. Many people notice their ankles ballooning by the end of the day. Their socks leave deep marks on their skin. Their shoes feel tight. That swelling is not just water. It's a sign of blood and fluid pooling in the lower legs because circulation is weak. Occasional exercise may help for a short while, but if you don't do it regularly, the swelling comes right back. But when you commit to these exercises daily, ankle pumps, circles, heel slides, squeezes, you're constantly pushing that fluid back up, preventing it from collecting day after day, week after week. Your legs stay lighter, leaner, and healthier. And perhaps the most important risk that consistency reduces is blood clots. A clot forms when blood sits stagnant too long. This can happen on long flights, during long car rides, or simply from being too sedentary. And we all know how dangerous clots can be if they travel to the lungs or brain. But here's the good news. Movement is a natural defense against clots. Each time you contract your calves, your thighs, or even spread your toes, you're preventing blood from becoming stagnant. You're creating flow. You're protecting your life. But again, it only works if you do it consistently. Consistency is also the secret to building habits. At first, you may need to remind yourself. You may think, I don't feel like doing exercises tonight. But once you've made it part of your routine, it becomes second nature. Just like brushing your teeth, just like drinking water, it becomes automatic. You don't even think about it, you just do it. That's when the benefits multiply, because the body thrives on routine. The more regular you are with movement, the more efficient your circulation becomes. The more efficient your circulation, the more oxygen your tissues get. The more oxygen your tissues get, the healthier your entire body becomes. And I want you to understand something else. Consistency doesn't mean intensity. You don't need to push yourself until you're exhausted. You don't need to spend hours every day. 5 to 10 minutes of gentle, consistent exercises can be more powerful than an hour of intense activity once a week. Why? Because the body responds to regular stimulation. It responds to rhythm. It responds to habit. Small actions repeated daily build incredible results over time. Think about the story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare rushed, sprinted, and burned out. The tortoise moved slowly but consistently, step by step, never stopping. And in the end, the tortoise won. That's exactly how your health works. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up for yourself every single day. And here's what happens when you stay consistent. Not only do your cramps decrease, not only does your swelling improve, not only do you protect yourself from clots, but you also feel empowered. You begin to trust your body again. You realize that you're not a victim of age. You're not helpless against circulation problems. You have tools, you have control, and you have the power to make your body feel better through your own actions. That kind of empowerment changes everything. I've had countless people come to me and say, "Doc, I've been doing these exercises every night for 3 weeks and I feel like a new person. My feet aren't cold anymore. I'm sleeping better. I'm walking stronger and I feel more confident in my body." That's what consistency gives you, not just physical health, but mental and emotional confidence as well. So I say this to you, my friends, don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for pain to get worse. Start now, start today. Do your ankle pumps tonight before bed. Do your heel slides when you wake up in the morning. Spread your toes, circle your ankles, tighten your thighs. Do it every single day, even if it's just a few minutes. That consistency will reduce your risks. It will improve your circulation and it will add life to your years. Your body is counting on you. Your heart is working for you every second of the day. Now it's your turn to work for your body. Stay consistent, stay positive, and watch your life transform one small movement at a time.